Hey, did you know that one of the biggest wealth transfers in decades is happening right now, and almost no one is paying attention? Why? Because the US dollar is dropping in value at the fastest pace we've seen in over 50 years, and while most of us are distracted, global investors are quietly moving their money out of the United States. The big questions are, where is all that money going? And more importantly, how can you position yourself to take advantage of it? Stick with me because I'm going to break this down for you, step by step. First, let's get clear on what's happening. The US dollar isn't just another currency, it's the world's reserve currency. That means countries everywhere, from Europe to Asia, treat it as the safest place to park their cash. But here's the shocker. Let's imagine a hypothetical report from a major bank like JP Chase, published in August 2025. What if the first line was Imagine it said that in just the first 6 months of that year, the dollar fell 10.7% against a basket of major currencies. The euro, the yen, the British pound, the Canadian dollar, the Swedish krona, and the Swiss franc. Think about that for a second. That doesn't mean you instantly lost 10% of your spending power at home. It means that, compared to these other currencies, your dollar now buys less. And that matters way more than most people realize. Why? If you travel overseas to Europe or Japan, suddenly everything from hotels to groceries costs more in dollars. If you run a business in America that imports goods, you now need more dollars to buy the exact same stuff. On the flip side, if you export products out of the US, your goods just got a whole lot cheaper for the rest of the world. But the biggest shift, investors are looking for alternatives. And that brings us to the real story here. Where is the money going? One big move is into physical gold. Gold has been hitting record highs because, unlike paper money, you can't just print more of it out of thin air. It takes real time, labor, and costs to mine. Since our dollars are no longer backed by gold, investors see it as a safe haven when currencies start to weaken. But gold isn't the only move. That same hypothetical report might show something even bigger. Money is flowing out of US stocks and into foreign markets. In plain English, some wealthy investors are saying, we don't feel as confident in the US right now. Let's move our money into Europe or other regions. And this is where you come in. Remember, stock prices are all about supply and demand. When more people want to buy, prices go up. When they sell, prices drop. So, if global investors start pulling back from US equities and putting that cash into Europe, it can impact your portfolio whether you like it or not. So, how do you turn this into an opportunity? Many analysts believe that international stocks and even local currency bonds could actually outperform US assets in the near future. Yes, investing abroad comes with more risk, but it can also mean bigger rewards, especially in developing or fast-growing regions. Now, most Americans never touch foreign markets because they think it's too complicated. But you don't need to open an overseas bank account to do it. You can invest right here in the US through ETFs, that's exchange-traded funds that track European stocks. For example, VGK by Vanguard gives you exposure to over 1,200 companies across Europe. There's EZU from iShares, which focuses on countries in the Eurozone that use the euro. And EWG, also from iShares, is even more specific. It only tracks German companies. So whether you want broad exposure to Europe or something more niche, you can do it straight from an American brokerage account. Of course, let me be crystal clear, I'm not your financial advisor. Investing always carries risk. You can make money, and you can lose money. But what's undeniable is this. Money is shifting. And when money shifts, opportunities open up. Here's the thing, don't just jump on the latest headline. Too many people hear about hot tips and throw everything they have at it. Then, when it doesn't work out in a few months, they panic and sell. That's not investing, that's gambling. The key is to build a strategy that actually fits your personal goals, your risk tolerance, and your timeline. If you're the type of person who wants to dig deeper into these topics, my free newsletter, Market Briefs, breaks down the economy, housing, crypto, and investing trends in under 5 minutes a day. It's totally free to join. And when you do, I'll also send you my investing masterclass as a bonus. The link is right there in the description. Now, let's circle back to gold for a moment. Historically, gold has actually been a pretty terrible long-term investment when compared to stocks. Over the decades, Stocks have absolutely crushed gold in terms of returns. But here's what's wild. In 2025, in our hypothetical scenario, gold started outperforming the stock market. That kind of flip is something you don't see very often, and it tells you just how shaken global confidence in the dollar has become. So here's my final thought for you today. We are living through one of the biggest wealth transfers in modern history. Some people will lose because they simply ignore what's happening around them. Others will position themselves early and come out far, far ahead. Which side do you want to be on? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear whether you think gold, foreign stocks, or even US equities will be the winner in the next decade. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. And please, share it with someone who is serious about building their wealth, because the next 10 years, they could change everything. Thanks for watching.